Show starts in 5 minutes.
No, that's not big enough. No, that's not big enough either. That's more like it. We're delighted to have you with us, and we extend a cordial welcome to you. We've lined up the top stars from Hollywood and from all over the world to entertain you on our giant screen with the new, colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading about. To add to your enjoyment, we're all wound up to bowl you over at intermission time with live wire service at our snack bar, where you'll find a tempting variety of favorite foods and beverages. Your continued patronage is very, very welcome.
Hey, fellas, don't fight over that hot dog. There's plenty for everyone. Big, plump, and juicy, wrapped in an oven-fresh bun. Add mustard, relish, ketchup, and go to work. Yes, the hot dogs at our refreshment center are the best you'll find anywhere. Everybody agrees on that.
It's 4 minutes till showtime.
Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack. We promise to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, your sweet tooth. So visit our refreshment center now. Let's go! Show starts in 3 minutes.
Your attention, please. All new hotshot electric in-car heaters have been installed for your comfort and convenience. Just insert heater through car window and turn on the switch. When leaving, please turn switch off and replace on speaker post. Warning, high voltage. For your own safety, do not attempt to repair or remove wires. Do not attempt to open heater unit. If you need assistance, please notify the theater box office or concession manager.
It's 2 minutes till showtime.
Popcorn, candy, ooh, hot dog, popsicle. Oh boy, Santa orange.
Show starts in 1 minute.
There are words men live by, words of strength, of wisdom, and of peace. We urge you to find the spiritual comfort and guidance we all so greatly need by attending your place of worship regularly.
Here's a new taste treat. The corn dog. Plump, juicy wieners are dipped in a thick, golden Southern-style corn batter that seals in all their freshness and flavor. If you like hot dogs, you'll love corn dogs. Everybody does. Try a corn dog with your favorite beverage. At the refreshment corner now. Corn dogs.
Broadcasting live from beautiful Union City, New Jersey. This is your movie quiz for Wednesday, September 21st, 2022. Happy anniversary to TMQ. Here we go. Hello and welcome to the movie quiz. I am your host, Chris Mann Nelson, and in just a couple of minutes, you and I will be embarking together on a trivia odyssey through 36 questions about film history. We're going to do some puzzles, as we always do. This show is completely interactive. If you'd like to play the game, just head to this website here, play.themoviequiz.com. Sign yourself up, enter your email if you'd like updates about the trivia list. And pick a good team name and hit join game, and you will do that. You will join the game. Now tonight and next week we've something a little different. Anniversary. Been doing TMQ for 2 years. I guess it would have been a different date in September, so it's like right in the middle of these 2 weeks. And at least for this game, I don't know. We'll see how tonight goes. I'm bringing it back. The very first 2 games that ever existed, I had no guest. It was just me talking. So in order to save myself from having to book somebody and do all that, I wanted to see how it works now. Just a stripped down game. Tonight we're doing no themes, no guests, no characters, just quiz, just you and I hanging out. So if you have a Twitch account, get that chat going. Let's keep the chat going because you are functionally the guest. And also, let me know if you'd like next week. If I don't do a guest next week, I was trying to see if this would work for this week. Let me know if you would want to do this as a call-in show where you could call in either on the phone or if I can rig something else up and you could be the guest. It could be like a sports talk radio, except probably less obnoxious, I hope. All right, so let's jump into the game. I've got nobody to introduce. This feels so strange. It feels like doing it in a vacuum, but it's kind of interesting. Let's put this into in-game mode here. Let's put it straight. Let's no messing around. No fat on this show tonight. In-game mode. Where's my little thing? There it is. In-game mode. The season proper, season 9 will start on Wednesday, October 12th. These games tonight and next week, the 28th, they're just for fun. They're not going to count. They're just to keep your brains fresh and have something to do on a Wednesday night after Meredith and Peter's show. And thank you guys for bringing people in. So I also, before we start, I want to congratulate again our winners of last season, season 8. The bronze medal went to How Am I Going to Be an Optimist About This? The silver medal went to The Oslo Condition. And our winners, they finished in the top 3 multiple times before. They finally took home a gold medal. Marley's Chains were your winners for season 8. Sterling Cooper, Roland Deli Betts, We Own the City, and Avis and Bobo took the Golden McClunky, which is the highest finishers in the championship game of everybody else. All right, so let's jump in with some ground rules before we start. No cheating. Don't look anything up. Just use your brains. Number 2, don't put answers in the chat if you are on YouTube or if you're on Twitch. Just sign up for the game here. Right down there. Put it in the scrolling little thing there. The movie quiz, play.themoviequiz.com. Number 3, you can change your answer before time runs out. And number 4, don't forget to hit submit. Do not forget to hit submit. Otherwise, I will not get your answer. It will not get to me. All right. So here we go. Let's jump in. Like I said, no themes for these games. It's going to be a hodgepodge, potpourri. So your first round tonight. Oh, hang on. I was set on the wrong thing. Here we go. Your first round tonight is movies within movies. So this is all about fake movies inside of real movies. Movies within movies. This is your Q&A round. All right, here we go. Let's jump in with our first question of our anniversary game. What is the 6-word catchphrase from the made-up gangster movie Angels with Filthy Souls that's repeated multiple times in the first Home Alone movie? What is that 6-word catchphrase? They kind of riff on it in the second movie, but what I'm looking for what he says in the original film. All right, I'm gonna open up this chat. Yeah, feel free to jump in the chat. It's just me here. There's no one to talk to. So I would love to talk to you. I'll even talk to those weird bots, those weird YouTube bots that we get. I'll see what they have to say. Let me just here. I'll be lenient on that one because it's kind of a long answer. All right, so this one, as you can see here, it is keep the change, you filthy animal. Keep the change, you filthy animal. In the second one, he says, Merry Christmas, you filthy animal, because it's their Christmas movies. All right, here we go with our second question about movies within movies. What titular duo wreak havoc as they strike back on the sets of in-universe movies Bluntman and Chronic, Good Will Hunting 2 Hunting Season, and a Scream sequel with an orangutan playing Ghostface? So I'm looking for the name of the duo, the titular duo for this one. Already getting some answers in, so I'm going to hit the timer. All right, lovely. We got 15 teams. Welcome to everybody. That's pretty good. I didn't know who would show up for an off season. Just kind of throwing it together. Is there a new one? Oh, a new one of these. Yeah, there is Clerks 3, which is out via this is I reveal the answer. Most teams got it, I believe. 93%. That's a social. It's Jay and Silent Bob. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. These are all movies that they did. Okay, so they did a Jay and Silent Bob reboot. He did basically like a note for note remake of Jay and Silent Bob a couple years ago. Except, yeah, Jay and Silent Bob reboot. It was shitty. It was like the other movie, but bad. And now there's Clerks 3, which I've heard is not great. If you've seen Clerks 3, I think it's only playing because Kevin Smith only does his stuff like he only self-distributes. Or no, he's got Lionsgate distributing, but like he has like a weird platform now. So he's like doing it through Fathom Events. All right, question number 3. Oh, and this is the picture of Good Will Hunting 2. It's I like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. This is where Kevin Smith made 5 funny movies and he should have stopped. All right, question number 3. The real Scream sequels, there was a fake Scream sequel in Jay and Silent Bob. The real Scream sequels added an ever-thickening meta layer with what series of fake films that are based on and recreate the events of previous Scream films? Are those movies called Stab, Screech, Slash, or Shriek? What are those fake? There's like 7 of them in the canon. By the time we get to Scream 5, there are many of these. And I honestly feel like it's kind of where Scream started to lose me, which do you watch the was it the original Last House on the Left or there was a remake? There was like a slew of time when they were like remaking the OG. Nice. Good. Cuz Last House, is that his first? Is that Craven's first movie? All right, so this one in the Scream movies, or did he do No, Hills Have Eyes was later than Last House on the Left, I believe. Stab, 75% of teams got Stab correct. Nicely done. All right, here we go on to our 4th question in this Movies Within Movies round. Finish the title of foul-mouthed duo Terrence and Phillips movie, which ultimately sends the U.S. and Canada to war in South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. Asses of blank. Just one word. What is the last word in the title of the Terrence and Phillip movie? in South Park. Wait, Craven, I did not know. This is a wrinkle that I don't know if I knew. That what did he do? Like softcore type stuff? I know that Stallone did a couple of like softcore type flicks. It was in Bobo. It was a shame that they knew this one. I have not seen this movie. Has anyone seen this movie recently? I'm if you watch the show regularly, you know that I have kind of, I guess, a minor obsession with how well stuff has aged, and I'm curious how the South Park movie has aged, or South Park at large. I don't even know how that's going. All right, this one, it was Asses of Fire. Asses of Fire. 75% of teams remembered Asses of Fire. That's amazing. Helsinki weighing in that South Park is always timeless. I remember being super psyched for Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, and like the George Clooney cameo. Here, don't be alarmed. I'm sliding my camera over. Ooh, it's like a little dolly shot there. All right, here we go. Question number 5. Multiple choice on this one. What is the name of Arnold Schwarzenegger's pretend franchise lead character who comes to realize that he's fictional in Last Action Hero? Is he Alan Dutch Schaefer, Jack Slater, John Kimball, or Julius Benedict? This is another movie that this is a movie that is like one of my favorite movies as a kid, and I'm probably one of the only people. If anybody else likes Last Action Hero, let me know. I watched Last Action Hero so many times. I had action figures from it. I had action figures of the fucking kid, the stupid kid, like, and I would pretend he was me. I was an only child, needless to say. And also I do have a picture. This is the title card for Asses of Fire. Oh my God. Oh yeah. See, that's my dad commenting right there. He remembers that this is how much I watched Last Action Hero. My dad is dropping he's dropping LAH quotes in the chat. That was F. Murray Abraham and a cartoon cat. The cartoon cat voiced by Danny DeVito. Always that was a bridge too far for me. All right, so this one, these were all these other ones were actual Schwarzenegger roles, but the one in Last Action Hero is Jack Slater. Yes, Charles Dance was the guy with the glass eye. He was, and you'd think after seeing that movie like 30 times as a 11-year-old, I would remember that character's name, but he was great. He was awesome in that. Like, I remember Charles Dance was like a big movie villain of my youth because of I guess he wasn't a villain in Alien 3, but he was there. He was a convict. You know, he was on an alien convict planet. All right. A lot of teams remember Jack Slater. Yeah, Dutch is Predator. John Kimball's Kindergarten Cop. Julius Benedict is Twins. All right. Question number 6. It wouldn't be a show written by me without a Back to the Future question. When Marty McFly arrives in 2015 in Back to the Future 2, he gets startled by a holographic ad for what installment in the Jaws franchise? Was it Jaws 18, Jaws 19, Jaws 20, or Jaws 21? There's a few. There's some teams I know are shoo-ins to get this one. Some fellow Back to the Future freaks out there. This was a little tricky, maybe a little more obscure if you don't know it. But here's the image. It's right on the in the corner movie house there. It is Jaws 19. Jaws 19 is the answer. Directed by Max Spielberg is the little Easter egg there. Spielberg's son, one of Spielberg's kids. There's a little Easter egg from Robert Zemeckis there. All right, and question number 7. We got 2 more questions left in this round. Kit Ramsey, an action star played by Eddie Murphy, is unwittingly tricked into starring in sci-fi B-movie Chubby Rain by what titular producer played by Steve Martin? You can name You can name, give me his full name, his last name, either is fine, but I'm looking for the character name or the movie title. Chubby Rain. Amazing title. Good movie. Another movie that one of my favorites. I was older when it came out by then. I was in like late high school, but I loved this movie too. Again, don't know how well it holds up, but I'd imagine pretty well. All right, this one, if you haven't seen it, check it out. Unless it's aged badly, then I did not tell you to check it out. It's Bowfinger. Bobby Bowfinger is the character's full name. Bowfinger is his last name, and the name of the film. All right, question number 8, our last question in round 1. Which is not, looking for the odd one out here, which is not a fake film trailer from the opening trailer sequence of Tropic Thunder. So in that, just talking about just those opening couple minutes of Tropic Thunder, which is not a fake film from that opening trailer sequence. Fatty's Fart 2, Satan's Alley, Simple Jack, or Scorcher 6, Global Meltdown. Which is not in that opening sequence? This opening sequence was one of my, I loved, like, it's really good, succinct, economical screenwriting too, because it's like in the universe of the movie, and it's like it's within thematically within it to do trailers, and it truly tells you everything you need to know about who these guys are as actors or performers, and where they're coming from and what you're in for. It's great storytelling. And the answer here, this is another fake movie from later in the movie, though. It's Tug Speedman's Folly. It's Simple Jack. Simple Jack is not part of the opening sequence. Fatty's Fart 2 is what's Jack Black. Satan's Alley is like the pretentious Oscar bait movie from Kirk Lazarus, I think is what's his name? Downey's character. All right, so that is the end of round 1. Let's take a look at your scores and standings. After that first round, we've got let's read let's start why that's what happens when I'm by myself. We got Team 578 with 5, Poop Dick Sweaty Balls Cum Chin. Thank you for making me read that on a Wednesday night. 5 Ringwoodians with 5, Gord Squashington and Avis and Bobo with 6. So Jay-Z's Hall Passes, Chris Gaines, Marley's Chains, Hamsterdam, and the producers all with 7. And leading the way with perfect scores, tied for first, the Turds and the Copenhagen Disorder. I see you changed to a different Scandinavian country and synonym for for a medical condition. I love it. I wonder how far that can go. Yes, RDJ in blackface nominated for he did get an Oscar nomination for that movie. All right, so let's move on to our second round. It's going to be your picture round. This is something we haven't done in a while. I think looking back, writing it, I think we did this on the last anniversary show. It's kind of a different picture round style than I usually do, but it's fun. So it's called Who's Been Around Longer. So I'm going to show you an image of a comic book character in a movie, and you have to tell me which one is older, either the actor or the comic book character, based on their first appearance. So don't type actor or character. You got to name the person. So if I show you Daredevil, Ben Affleck's Daredevil, and I'll give you the years too. If I gave you I forget, I used that one the last time we did this, and I gave you the years. Ben Affleck is younger. So the answer would be Daredevil. You wouldn't just say character. Okay, so I'll show you. We'll talk through it. It's simpler than it sounds, but you should see those embedded in your answer sheet. You should also see them right here next to me. Here is your first one. Who's been around longer, the character or the actor? And you have to name them, your years. One of them originated in 1966. The other originated in 1975. So if it's the actor, name the actor. If it's the character, name the character. So you got to know two things and then you got to pick. It's cruel, I know, because you could know two things and still be wrong. And also, last names are fine for actors. All right. And yeah, I see some people typing also like some people typing like actor and then the actor's name. You can just type the actor's name or just the character's name. You don't have to, but either way, if you but you can't name both. I saw somebody named both, and that's hedging, and that won't work. You got to pick. All right, so this one you got Halle Berry playing Storm, and Storm first debuted in X-Men comics in 1975. Halle Berry, born in 1966. Your answer is Halle Berry. Halle Berry. So hopefully, if that wasn't clear on how to play this, hopefully that made it clear. Halle Berry is born in 1966. She is the answer. All right, here is your next one. These are two different pictures. How did that happen? Oh, that's so weird. I upload. Well, you're getting two looks at this guy. You get all the angles with this fella. I don't know if it's gonna help. I don't know if it's gonna help you at all. That's really weird. I don't know how I managed that. All right, tell me who's older, and name it. Name the actor or the character. Bizarre, absolutely bizarre incarnation of this character, I have to say. Oh yeah, and your years. Don't forget to look at your years. Hopefully that will help you. That might help you make some picks. So some people knew that this is Topher Grace playing Venom, and Venom did not come around until the 1980s. Topher Grace is older than Venom by 6 years. Also, you're going to notice the gaps are going to shrink. The gaps are going to shrink to insanely slim margins as this round progresses. But for now, we're a few years apart. Hopefully that helps you suss it out. All right, question number 3. Who's been around longer, the character or the actor? Yeah, there's something strange also about, like, I don't know. Feels like there's something strange about comparing the birth of a human being to the first appearance of a comic book character. The time going on. There we go. All right. This one, everybody who submitted got it right. I think that might be actually 100%. That is Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk, aka Bruce Banner. And the Hulk is older. The Hulk, 94%. Everybody who submitted got that right. Nicely done. The Hulk is older than Mark Ruffalo. All right, here we go. Question number 4. Who's been around longer? Your years are 1972 versus 1977. One's from 72, one is from 77. Different vintages. Is it, what did I write? Is this I didn't catch it. Is this a typo that I made or a joke that you're making? Because I'm very stupid and I may have actually, now I'm worried that I wrote 2 for Grace. All right, let's hit the old time. Oh, yes, I see. It was a twofer. It was a Grace twofer. All right. Yeah, this one's a little trickier because you might know the character, but you might not realize who's under that helmet. And the more recent incarnation of this. That is Judge Dredd, but not Stallone, not our boy Stallone, who is way older than Judge Dredd. And Rocky, the movie, was already a year old in 1971. This is dude's in everything. He's in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. It's Carl Urban. Lord of the Rings, The Boys. He's Bones. He's Leonard McCoy. He's great. He's awesome in everything that he does, including Dredd. All right, question number 5. Who's older? Who's been around longer? 1941 and 1944 are your years on this one. Think about your comics history. Think about how old you think someone might be. Truly another just bizarre. This one works better than this strange take on the character. I think works better than Twofer Grace's odd Venom, his odd Eddie Brock. But it's just bizarre that they made the Penguin into like a weird fish man. He's not that at all in the comic book. So you got the Penguin as played by Danny DeVito, obviously, but hopefully maybe you know a little bit about like Batman comics and Batman. Like most Batman characters were introduced between 1939 and 1941, including the Penguin. The Penguin is the older of the two. Danny DeVito, I guess, will be turning 70 or 80 in 2 years. Goodness, he's 78 years old. That's nuts. All right, here we go. Question number 6. Who's been around longer? See that we're getting closer here. 3 year gaps on these last couple. 1960 versus 1963 for this one. All right, I'm going to start that timer. How's everybody doing out there? I feel so weird. I feel odd. I feel it feels fine. But again, see, I'm back to my only childhood. I'm gonna have to watch Last Action. I'm here by myself. I'm gonna have to be watch Last Action Hero and Bowfinger later to cheer myself up. Yes, thank you, Meredith. I am not alone. I appreciate that. I have the whole TMQ crowd behind me. All right, so this one was a little trickier. You got Sandman, and he is played here by Thomas Hayden Church, who is a few years older than Sandman. Thomas Hayden Church is 3 years older than Sandman. Tougher one, 41%. Got Thomas Hayden Church on that one. All right, we got 2 left in the round. Here we go. Who is older? Gap is narrowing. 1962 versus 1964. All right. Starting the timer. Oh, excuse me. My allergies. This is the kind of scintillating content you get when you're when I'm by myself. I'm going to tell you all about my allergies. All of the Marvels. What? Please expound on what read all the Marvel comics? Jesus Christ. That's insane. That's nuts. All right, most I will have to check that out. I absolutely will check that out. Although it'd probably make me sweat thinking about reading every single Marvel comic. All right, this one, most teams got this right. I thought this might be tougher because they were closer, but hopefully if you're looking at the Sandman question, similarly, most Spider-Man characters came around in like roughly in the orbit of 1962. When Spider-Man made his first appearance. Aunt May, that's Marissa Tomei at Tomei. Marissa Aunt May. Most 82% of teams got that right. Nicely done. And we got one more. This one's honestly, it's kind of cruel in a way because it's really just going to be a toss-up. But I couldn't resist when I saw how close they were in age. You've got March 1976 versus May of 1976. I've done this round twice, and this is the this is the only time that they've ever been synced up like that. So who is older? The character or the actor? And also, I mean, come on, you know what's coming, right? You gotta feel it in your bones. It's like if you've got like a knee injury and then you can feel it raining later, you know what's coming. Because this is Colin Farrell playing Bullseye, who's older by 2 months. Bullseye is that just a shade older than Colin Farrell. And I gotta do it. I got you getting Daredevil. It won't stop. It will not stop. I will never be free of the film Daredevil. Just ask yourself what's his sign? Like, what is Colin Farrell's or what is Bullseye's astrological sign? Nobody knows. All right, before we move on to before we check the leaderboard, let's do the lightning round. Lightning round's a quick way to make 4 points. It's really a question more than a round. I call it a round, but it's really a question. So you don't have to get all of these right. You get 1 point no matter what. If you get it right, 1, 2, 3, or 4 points. And this one actually has 6 potential answers, so you've got even more chances, but only 4 points. It's a 4 out of 6. And here it's about James Bond, which a little hint for season 9. There will be some James Bond content early in the season. So bone up if you don't know your Bond. All right. Name 4 of the 6 James Bond movies whose themes earned Oscar nominations for Best Original Song. And I will give you the artist. Hopefully that doesn't make it too easy. The artists were Paul McCartney and Wings. Paul McCartney and Wings is just one thing. Carly Simon, Sheena Easton, Adele, Sam Smith, Billie Eilish. Name the movies, not the themes. Sometimes those are one and the same. The titles are the same. Sometimes they're different. Name the movies that they're from, the James Bond movies. So you got 4. You got 4 chances. Name the 4 of the 6 Bond movies that were nominated for Best Original Song Oscars. 30 seconds on the clock starts now. I see someone put the names of the artists. It's not a trick to like figure out which ones were nominated. All of these were nominated. I'm talking about the movies. There are 6 total that have been nominated. A handful of them have won. All right. You know what? I'm gonna. It's not the season yet. I'm gonna be. Hang on. I'm gonna be kind about. Someone put one of the names of the song. I'm gonna, and that's correct, but it doesn't line up with the name of the movie. But I will accept it. So let me mark that correct and make sure that didn't happen anywhere else. I think we're good. All right. So let's reveal it. Let's open it up. So the Paul McCartney and Wings song, All right, so everybody got these are not ranked. These don't line up with these are ranked by how many people got them right. Not they don't line up with the order of the artists. Skyfall, that's the Adele one, but I don't need to tell you that because 88% of you got it. Live and Let Die, that's Paul McCartney and Wings. No Time to Die, that's Billie Eilish. She just won the last year. She's the reigning champion in that Oscar category. Spectre the Sam Smith one. The name of the song is The Writings on the Wall. Spy Who Loved Me, which Nobody Does It Better is from. And For Your Eyes Only by Sheena Easton. Eight. Somebody got it though. Somebody got that right. That's crazy. Yes, I was also shocked that No Time to Die beat We Don't Oh no. But wait, no, it didn't. It beat Dos Oruguitas because Disney, in their infinite wisdom, did not put We Don't Talk About Bruno up for the award, which I think it absolutely would have won. But it has been I think they had never won. None of those previous ones, the Spy Who Loved Me, For Your Eyes Only, or not even Live and Let Die. None of them won. But now the last three movies have all won. All right, so let's take a look at your scores and standings here at roughly the halfway point in the game. Let's start with your 14s. How am I going to be an optimist about this? I am the best with 14. So Jay-Z's Hall Pass is Chris Gaines with 16. The Turds in third place with 17 and still tied atop the leaderboard with 19 points apiece. Copenhagen Disorder and Marley's Chains. So that is awesome. Everyone's doing great. We've still got plenty more points on the board for the rest of the game here in the back half. Let's start it off with our puzzle round. It's a style of puzzle that we've done before. It's called Make It a Double. So what you're going to do here is you are going to, I have an example teed up here. Double up a letter in a film's title to solve the clue. So here is one from an old game. This is worth 0 points. Two immature men, and I'll say played by Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, who live at the top of a tall hill, learn to get along after their parents get married. So think about what movie I'm sort of talking about and what weird fake scenario that I'm making up by doubling up one of the letters in that film's actual title. This is not worth any points, just to get you warmed up and help you figure it out. All right, so that movie is Step Brothers, and the tall hill part, that's your clue for the change after the doubling. After the doubling has commenced, the letter you double up is E, and it would be Steep Brothers. This is one of the rare TMQ rounds where spelling actually does matter, because I need you to actually get it correct for the puzzle. All right, so now let's get into the actual round. 8 questions that actually count for a point apiece. Oh, and there's also going to be a twist halfway through this round. We're gonna flip the script. All right, so for this one, for right now, just add an extra letter, double up a letter to solve the clue. Cecil B. DeMille directs Charlton Heston as a biblical figure who receives a set of rules for adolescence. Think about what the real movie is. Double a letter, write it with the double letter. This is also, when I've done these, I try to make them movies that would sound plausible, like that they could actually they could be a movie. All right, we're talking about thou shalt have a TikTok here. We're talking about the Teen Commandments. The 10 Commandments becomes the Teen Commandments. 71% of teams got that one right. Excellent work, gang. Here we go. Question number 2. Wes Anderson tells the story of a prep school student with numerous extracurricular activities, including taking a run at the third actor to play James Bond. More Bond, man. I'm not kidding. It's a prelude for season 9. James Bond will not be the graphic next year. I already committed to next season will be Mamma Mia. There will be Mamma Mia will find its way into every I forget how we collectively landed on that, but we found it that way as a group. Oh wait, you said, did someone say teen things I hate about you? I could, because I'll take that. Although it doesn't have Charlton Heston. That it doesn't have Charlton Heston. Hang on, I'll accept this. Let me just I'm just double checking these because of the spelling, the weirdness. All right. So this one, the movie we're talking about is Rushmore, and they you double up the O and you get Rushmore. Rushmore. It can split up the word. If you wrote it as one word, you got credit as well. And if you're not getting a point that you think you should, please let me know in the chat, and I will assess. All right, question number 3. Colin Farrell. There's weird patterns emerging. I have strange obsessions. Colin Farrell stars as a sullen hitman who checks into a small Belgian hotel. Large truck outside. So it's not pure silence. Yeah, I can't take 10 things I hate about you, but that is a good one. All right, so this one, the real movie is, this one actually does not change the pronunciation of the movie at all, which is interesting. It's In Bruges, but it's a different kind of In Bruges is your answer. All right, question number 4 is the last question before something happens here, guys. It's going to get wild. Question number 4. 2 con men, voiced by Kevin Kline and Kenneth Branagh, get their hands on a map to a fabled golden snake-like fish in South America. 2 con men, voiced by Kevin Kline and Kenneth Branagh, get their hands on a map to a fabled golden snake-like fish in South America. All right. This one, I believe this was one of my hints today. I posted an image of the poster of the early DreamWorks film, really early, before they switched exclusively to CGI animation, The Road to El Dorado. The snake-like fish. It's an eel. The Road to El Dorado. Almost half of teams got that one. Pretty good for a fairly obscure early DreamWorks movie. All right, and now, okay, pay attention here, because now it's time to reverse the game. It's not, we're going from doubling a letter to pulling a letter out of a title with a double letter to a single letter. Okay, so now we're going to remove a letter from a double letter word in the title. A young fighter emerges from the shadow of his father and his surrogate uncle to get respect in the boxing world. So we're taking what we did before in the first half, reversing it, striking that, reversing it, and taking out one letter in an already doubled letter, making it a single letter. Judging by the answers I see coming in, you're good. You got it. You're smart. You're all smart and you're all beautiful. And I'm proud of all of you. All right, let's see. Looking good. Looking good so far here. All right, everybody. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm so proud of all of you. All right, here we go. Everybody who submitted got it right. We're talking about Creed. Creed is the real movie, and it becomes Cred That's the respect he gets. It's the cred. All right. Question. Now we're sticking with it for the rest of the round. It's this. It's turning a double into a single letter. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's overwrought sense of romance leads to heartbreak when he falls for an ancient Mesopotamian woman played by Zoe Deschanel. Zoe Deschanel. I know how to pronounce her name, but her double O messed me up. All right. Looking good. Looking good. I'm going to start that timer. And I'm being loose with some, like, if you got the part, like if you got the exact number, there's a number in this title. If you got the exact number wrong, but you got the puzzle part of it, you're good. All right. So the number is 500 in this title. It is 500 Days of Summer becomes 500 Days of Sumer. Sumer. 500 Days of Sumer is your answer. 53% of teams got that one right. 2 left in this round. Remember, turn a double lettered word into a single letter. The world's most famous archaeologist uncovers an ancient shrine to a street racing, corona swelling family man. The world's most famous archaeologist uncovers an ancient shrine to a street racing, corona swelling family man. Family in quotes, pointedly. Starting that timer. This one is the one out of all of them. This is thank you. I was going to say, this is the one out of all of these. This is the movie I want to see. And the movie I hope maybe is coming out next year. We don't know. This movie is this series has another mysterious under tight wraps. This is right. Why did this not get marked correct? This looks right. All right, everybody's getting their points if they earned them. All right, so we're talking about Indiana Jones. We're talking about Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, but we're also talking about Dom Toretto, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Dom. I would love to see that. I hope Indiana Jones 5 is about Dom Toretto, because they could use the injection of like the the box office momentum that the Fast and Furious series has. All right, and your last question of your puzzle round. In an early role, Jake Gyllenhaal plays an immunocompromised young man with an obsession with a Canadian crooner. In an early role, Jake Gyllenhaal plays an immunocompromised young man who has an obsession with a Canadian crooner. I don't know if you noticed, but I edited my own work in the way that I read it through the second time, in the way that I should have edited it when I wrote it. Doing great. Lots of correct answers rolling in. Love it. Love it. All right. So this movie, which there's no need to check if this movie aged badly, because it aged badly in 2001 when it came out. Immediately stunk. It was called Bubble Boy, and you take one of those bees out, and you got yourself a Buble boy. You got a Buble. If you're a Buble boy, let me know. Let me know. Light up those comments if you're a Buble boy or a Buble girl. Or if you're non-binary Buble, let me know if you love Buble. He's one of those. He's so definitely am. He's like, I can't think of I can't think of anything wrong with. Oh my God, this is an amazing piece of trivia that I did not know. A bunch of the Howard Stern Whack Pack were in Bubble Boy. I don't think I ever actually. I've seen it maybe on cable, but I remember I went to see The Daily Show in person when it came out, and Fabio, I guess, is in the movie as well, along with I'm assuming Beetlejuice That's the only Whack Pack member I can remember. But like Fabio was on the Daily Show, like shilling for he was like trying to get everybody to watch Bubble Boy. It's like the Bubble Boy has no immunity system. I was like, wow, you're making me want to watch this movie, Fabio. All right, let's take a look at your scores and standings heading into our final regular round of the night. We've got, let's start with the 22s. Jay-Z's Hall Pass with 22. I Am the Best with 22. The Turds in third with 25. Marley's Chains in second with 26. And inching just ahead of them, ever so slightly, lone holders of first place, the Copenhagen Disorder. Well, there's still plenty of points left. Double points round plus our finale blitz. Our double points round tonight. It's also another one. Taking these exhibition games as a time to like revisit some old round structures. It's called frequent collaborators. It's all new shit though. It's old structures like but new material. So for 1 point each, I'm going to give you a bunch of movies that an actor and a director worked on together. And you just name the actor and you name the director. You don't have to name both. You get a point for either one. They also don't have to be in any set order. All right, here we go. Your first set of movies is Seven, Fight Club, and The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Who's the director? Who's the actor? Who are in all three? Who worked on all of these together? Oh my God, this is absolutely wild. There was like a whole cadre of movies in the early 2000s that felt like they were trying to chase those Farrelly brothers dollars, but just not understanding the formula exactly right. Like they were like, okay, we know that there's something about Mary made an absolute shitload of money, so like we'll just be like gross and weird and like edgelordy. And so there was like the Bubble Boy and like a movie with like Chris Klein, and he was in love with his sister, or she might have been his sister. Say It Isn't So. I should not remember that. All right. Let me see. I'm just regrading some of these here. Looking fine. All right, cool. All right. So these three movies, I'm sorry, they were all directed by David Fincher and they all starred Brad Pitt. It's been a lot of Fincher in the games in the last couple of weeks too. We had some Mank action, I believe, in the finale a couple of weeks ago. All right, question number 2. Fruitvale Station, Creed. What is happening? There's all these. I'm not even noticing these patterns here. Creed and Black Panther. Who directed all three of these, and who was in all three of these? If you can think of any other of those like second tier gross out comedies I feel like they were all from the 21st century. I feel like all the better stuff was was actually contained in the 90s. It was the new millennium. The millennium did it. All right. Looks good. I think everybody's getting their points here. Let me know if you don't. The actor is Michael B. Jordan, who what was the thing where the girl like broke her retainer because he was so hot? We can all relate to that. And Ryan Coogler is the director. He did not do Creed 2. He produced, and I think he wrote Creed 2, maybe, but he did not actually direct it. And there's Creed 3 coming out. All right, question number 3. Your movies are Dial M for Murder, Rear Window, and To Catch a Thief. 3 collaborations. All of these will feature at least 3 collaborations. But unlike the age one, which got closer, these are going to go bigger, bigger, bigger. All right. Let's take a look. So obviously, Alfred Hitchcock is your director. But Jimmy Stewart is in Rear Window, but he's not in the other two. In all three of these is Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly, who in researching this game, I found out apparently she only did 9 movies, something like 7 or 9 movies, which is nuts. You think of her as such like a Hollywood royalty, literal royalty, obviously, but like only a handful of movies. All right. 78% got Hitchcock and 33 for Grace Kelly. All right. Question number 4. Yes, that's true. Blonde Lady would not be taken because that would be literally everyone in a Hitchcock movie because he was obsessed and a weird pervert. And it just had different blondes in different movies. American Hustle, Silver Linings Playbook, and Joy are your 3 movies. And some of these get tricky because there's some overlap. Hang on, I'm just checking something out because I didn't realize this actually has, I believe, this has two correct answers. Yeah, so I'm remarking them because I didn't do my job well enough, and I did not realize that Bradley Cooper was in Joy. Bradley Cooper was, I thought he was not in that, but apparently he was. But Jennifer Lawrence is also in all 3 of these as well. I didn't realize Cooper was in that. So I saw a bunch of answers come in and I'm like, I'm probably wrong. So let me double check that. So if you put Bradley Cooper, you got the point for that. So Jennifer Lawrence and Bradley Cooper are your answers, and David O. Russell is your director. I hope he's not actually your director because apparently he's an insufferable asshole. All right, question number 5. Haywire, Magic Mike, Side Effects, and Logan Lucky. Haywire, Magic Mike, Side Effects, and Logan Lucky. And yeah, spelling doesn't count. Don't worry about spelling. All right, good chunk of teams got this one. Hopefully, also it kind of helped maybe that this pair was in the news, the movie news recently because they're doing a third. They're reteaming for a third Magic Mike. It's Channing and Steven Soderbergh. Steven Soderbergh, who like retired supposedly in like 2011, and then he's like, no, you can't take anybody seriously when they say they're retiring. And no athlete, no filmmaker. They just mean that they're like taking a month off generally. All right. Question number 6. Your movies are Slither, Super, Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, and The Suicide Squad. Slither, Super, Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, and Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad. Not Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad. Thank you, Warner Brothers. That's a whole other thing that I think I've done a round about that, actually. Movies are identically titled to like the fact that like the sequel to Halloween is Halloween, and the sequel to Candyman, which I just watched and I liked, but it's called Candyman. It kind of drives me nuts. All right. This one, let's see, because this one I figure a lot of people will get the director, but it's maybe a little tougher to get the actor. It's James Gunn, did all doing the third Guardians currently, And in every movie that he's done has been Michael Rooker. Michael Rooker from The Walking Dead, from Mallrats, tons of stuff. Dude's always Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. He's always top-notch angry man. Plays Yondu in the Guardians movies. All right, and your no, we got two more. All right, Live Flesh, All About My Mother, Voltaire, Broken Embraces, I'm So Excited, Pain and Glory, Parallel Mothers. 7 movies now. 7 movies for this one. Name the actor, name the director. Also, going back to that last one, I'm rescoring if you put Nathan Fillion. I'm pretty sure in my research I saw that Nathan Fillion has been in every James Gunn movie also. So I'm marking that one correct. So if you put Fillion, you should see a point appear for you. All right. These two who've done all of these movies, I'm not reciting them because that's a lot. It's the director is Pedro Almodovar and the actor is Penelope Cruz. She has been in all of these movies, all these Almodovar films. 47%, 42%. It's getting tougher. It's getting tougher as the game goes on. All right, and this last one, I got to take a deep breath for this one because this is a lot. This is 16 movies. Sanjuro, Rashomon, Seven Samurai, Yojimbo, The Hidden Fortress, Throne of Blood, High and Low, Stray Dog, The Bad Sleep Well, Redbeard, The Lower Depths, The Idiot, Scandal, Drunken Angel, The Quiet Duel, and I Live in Fear. Name the actor, name the director. Once again, let's do it again. Sanjuro, Rashomon, Seven Samurai, Yojimbo, Hidden Fortress, Throne of Blood, High and Low, Stray Dog, The Bad Sleep Well, Redbeard, The Lower Depths, The Idiot, Scandal, Drunken Angel, The Quiet Duel, and I Live in Fear. 16 movies these two did together. I'm just regrading some of these. They're spelled a little wonky, but I know that you know who you're talking about here. All right, looking good, looking good. All right, so obviously Kurosawa is the director. You got Rashomon, Seven Samurai, but also I posted a picture of this handsome man, handsome dude in all of these Kurosawa movies. His name was Toshiro Mifune. Toshiro Mifune was in all of these Kurosawa movies. They did an insane amount of films together. So 62% got 63% got Kurosawa. 26 got Mifune. It's a tough one though. It's tough. All right, so we've got a last it's actually I'm sticking with what I did in the finale. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me read that before we get into our final post credits blitz, our bonus points here. Let's check your scores. We've got, let's start with the 35s. Jay-Z's Hall Pass and How Am I Going to Be an Optimist with 35 with 40 points apiece. Tied for second, we got the Turds and the Copenhagen Disorder and vaulting themselves into first place. It's still very close, but they've taken third place on the back of a perfect round there. Your reigning champs, Marley's Chains. All right, so that brings us to our final bit of the game. Used to be called the post-credits bonus question. Now it's called the post-credits blitz. Actually, this is take that out because I didn't update it correctly because I changed the format. I did a format switch in the season 8 finale, and I liked it better. It used to be one question. I turned it into 3, but now each question is worth. Oh, I'm going to put it up, but ignore the points. The points are wrong. Just put your finger over that. So close your eyes and put your thumb over the points. And I'm going to ask you 3 questions. And each one has 2 correct answers and 1 incorrect answer. Each correct one is now worth 1 point, right? So each question is worth 2 points. But if you picked the decoy answer, it is incorrect. You get nothing. You get nothing for it. Okay, so if you know 1 and you don't want to risk it, you can click the 1, bank your 1 point, not 3. The whole round now. It's like a round instead of just a question. Short, quick round. It's worth 6 altogether, but each question is only worth 2 points total. All right, so don't click on the landmine. 3 of these coming at you really fast. I'm going to start the timer really fast for all these. All right, question number 1. Aside from Kurt Russell, which 2 actors from Escape from New York also appeared in at least 3 John Carpenter movies? And your options are Adrian Barbeau, Lee Van Cleef, and Donald Pleasance. Starting the timer immediately for these because it's now with this new format, it's going to come at you fast. So pick fast, don't pick the wrong one. All right, so Kurt Russell was in a ton of them. Donald Pleasance was also in Halloween and Prince of Darkness, and appearing in The Fog and a little scene movie, Somebody's Watching Me. Adrian Barbeau. Lee Van Cleef was only in the one. He was only in Escape from New York. He actually died pretty soon after Escape from New York. All right, your next question. All of these are going to kind of reach back into the previous parts of the game. What pair of actors, which 2 actors on this list, were at least 10 years old? We're talking about ages and comic book characters here. Which 2 were at least 10 when the comic book character that they eventually played on screen made their first appearance? And so your actors are Bradley Cooper, Wesley Snipes, Gene Hackman. Which 2 of them were at least... one was 10, one was 11 when they could have bought the comic books that the characters that they played first appeared in. All right, so Gene Hackman, born 1930. He was 10. He could have bought a Superman comic and seen Lex Luthor. Bradley Cooper is actually younger than Rocket Raccoon by a year. Rocket Raccoon first appeared in 1975. Bradley Cooper, born in 1976. Wesley Snipes was 11 years old when Blade first hit the shelves in comic book stores. And your last question, this is tough. It's tougher. I like this format. It makes more work for me because I got to write 2 extra questions, but I dig it. This is your last question of the night, okay? 2 more points on the board. Which 2 of these titles mentioned in Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood are made-up movies starring the character Rick Dalton, DiCaprio's character? The other on this list of 3 is a real movie starring Sharon Tate. So all 3 of these are movies that are mentioned in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Which 2 are fake movies? Calling back to our fake movies within movies round. So yeah. Nice. This one, pretty high success rate for this one. The real movie that Sharon Tate was in, and you see it in the movie. Margot Robbie goes into a theater and watches real Sharon Tate on screen. That movie was called The Wrecking Crew, making that your fake answer. If you pick that one, you got no points. The 2 fake ones in the movie are 14 Fist of McCluskey and Operation Dynamite. All right, so that is the end of your first game of our anniversary exhibition games. So let's take a look at how it shook out. We've got let's start with let's go all the way up. We got Yo with 4, Captain Planet with 7, Team 578 with 8, Wonder Woman with 9, Kathleen Turner Overdrive 12, Nuanced Neurons with 18, The Producers with 20, Hamsterdam 22, Los Duros 26, Gord Squashington 29, Poop Dick Sweaty Balls Cum Chin. It gets even more fun to read the more tired I am. You guys finished with 30, Ringwoodians with 31, IMD Best with 33. So Jay-Z's Hall Pass is Chris Gaines with 37, Avis and Bobo with 37. How am I going to be an optimist about this with 38? Finished in fourth, finishing in third place for tonight with 42. The Turds in second with 45. Really solid scores, gang. 45 Copenhagen Disorder. And your winners tonight, keeping their victory streak rolling, it's Marley's Chains with 48. Only 2 points off of a perfect score. Again, tonight doesn't count. It's just for fun. So just a way to have some fun. Say thank you. Thank you, everybody, for 2 years of this game. It's been awesome. We'll do more anniversary exhibition games. Maybe we'll do some surprises next week, Wednesday night, the 28th at 9. And then the season proper will start a couple weeks after that on October 12th. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you had fun. See you back here next Wednesday night, the 28th at 9 after Meredith and Peter's show. Stay safe, watch some movies, and I'll see you Wednesday night. McClunky, my friend.